Hello, beautiful people, future me. Welcome to another half of hour me trying to improve my programming abilities. So we will start with 5 minutes of typing practice. That's what we do. And I'm using this page, typing.io, and here are some lessons I already went through. This one I go again. Okay, so let's go. I'm trying to have as less errors as possible. That's my main goal. All right, 3 minutes. That sounds 4%. Yay. Good, good, Stefan, good. We might be able to do another one, maybe. That's what I'm doing like often. I typed dollar before the quote, the single quote, and I did it like multiple times in here. I still get 5% error rate. That's not a bad. Way to improve, and we are on the 6 minute mark, so we will progress. And I do just execute program because I feel like it. Okay, so in the SQL, I think we have nothing. So TypeScript, modern JavaScript, and oh wow, that's not what I wanted. This is also not what I wanted. Like so, like this, approximately. And we'll pick something randomly. SQL is also out of the question. So of course it will be SQL or TypeScript. It's SQL, okay. So I need to we need to choose one more time. JavaScript. All right, Mrs. JavaScript, you are the winner. Congratulations. And we will be proceeding at once with 6 code examples. Okay, time to review. I will say what it says and I can type error as well. So, function, this is an error because we are trying to assign to a constant for of, write a simple version of the pick function from underscore JS and Lodash. So, const values and there will for uh, const key of keys, and we will do const, and this will be now we want the okay, so this will be I want one what values this will okay the values now. So in values now we need to get the things. So for key of keys we will do values dot push, and here we will have a object key like so, and then return values like so. Close this. Okay, so will this work? So we have the keys, and we are traversing over the arrays. We are traversing over the values in here, so BA, and then we will be pushing. That looks okay to me. That's good. So if true, let x. Okay, so here the variable x is undefined in the scope of function. It is defined only in the scope of the if statement. So this is error because this reference to nothing. Okay, outer, inner, return. So this will return outer, and it is because uh, this variable is shadowed by this one, but only for the if statement. In this block, the let keyword has a block scope. So we set it here to inner, but this is like this lives only in here, so this one will be untouched. So that's why the outer. Now again, outer. What this is different variable than this one, so it will not protest that I'm trying to assign the constant again. So this will be outer. Now numbers A. Oh yeah. So now the result is an array. We will have undefined, undefined, and undefined, and A. Undefined, undefined. Typos are my enemy. I'm just blind to them. They just fly over under my radar. That should be it. Last time I had a typo in there. That's why I was not able to get it right. But I did now. And we have a 7 things to choose from. So you know what's happening. I will be writing a script to choose out of 12 out of 7. Right, go. And it is 7. So congratulations. And it's none. Is none is not a number. So let's go. JavaScript numbers have always been a sore point, especially issues around nen. Nen means not a number when IE authors wrote their floating point specification in 1985. They intended n to be used in rare cases. For example, 0 divided by 0 has no value, so they said that it should return none. But JavaScript returns none in many situations, including ones that commonly happen due to programming mistakes. Undefined -1, none. ABCD that is undefined. That is not none. -1, okay, so that is, and I see where you are going. Any operation on none returns another none. Unfortunately, that means that nans will propagate through the system. By the time you actually see the nan, it might have ended up in very different place for where it started. I see the max for middle index is none. Because this is none, last index, right? Last index divided by 2 is none, so math floor on a none is none, so this will be nan. Even detecting the presence of a none is surprisingly difficult. N is the only value in JavaScript that isn't equal to itself. Even when compared strict, what is, yeah, oh my God, that's horrible. I did not knew that. That is horrible. NAND behavior isn't JavaScript's fault, really. This is how EAA floating point was designed, and there was reason that these decisions were made. However, JavaScript does make the mistake of returning none in many situations where it didn't have to. We can see that this unique to JavaScript, that this is unique to JavaScript because none doesn't show up frequently on other dynamic languages like Ruby and Python. Although nan isn't equal to itself, we can check for it with the isNaN function. It does what it sounds like. IsNaN that is false, isNaN that is false, isNaN that will be true. Unfortunately, isNaN also converts its argument to a number before checking. when we ask it whether is nan x is true, we can imagine that we are really doing is nan 0 plus x. Okay, so that is none. This none. Uh, is this okay? No. What? Ah, crap. This is true. True. Unden unden undefined most definitely is not NaN, so this is a mistake in JavaScript design. But NaN function can't be removed or changed without breaking billions of lines of existing codes. Welcome to programming world. Excuse me, a little bit sick. Instead, newer versions of JavaScript have introduced a second is nan function. Number is nan. Fortunately, this does what we expect in every case. Does it? Its number is true. Uh, false. False. It's difficult to remember that there are two is-nans and that one of them is preferable. Often we can use linters to ensure that we don't make these things up. But unfortunately, the ESLint linter doesn't have direct support for disallowing the global is-nan. However, you can configure the no restricted globals rule to disallow nan, which have the same effect. That's it. All right. 6 to go. So open the developer console and we have a 6, go, and it is 6. Does it work? Eh, Okay, it worked. It was 6. And 6 is shorthand properties. Short lesson for shorthand properties. Historically, we'd often have to use the pattern below, where the key of an object refers to a variable of the same name. Name, username, yeah. So this will be Amir. It gets the job done, but it can cause a lot of code bloat when there are many properties. Amir, yeah, so what we will do is to use the dollar thing, right? So username is Amir, and age is 36, I can see. In modern JavaScript, we can shorten this significantly. When the object's key refers to a variable of the same name, we only have to specify that name once. Instead of name, we just write name. Okay, so this is name, cat name, city, age, and we've got that, and the result will be the same. Name is Amir, and the age is 36. We can use this to refer to a variable that doesn't exist, as with the older syntax that will cause an error. You can type error when a code example will throw an error. What? The variable that doesn't exist, as with older syntax that will cause an error. Okay, so this now is error, you say? Yeah. Okay, good. That was the shorthand. And we still have, oh, we are killing it. We are killing it, my friends. We have a 5 to go. So, uh, seriously, it will always give me the last one. All right. Computed properties. When creating an object, we can write the keys as unquoted words, like Amir in this example. Login counts, Amir, login counts, Amir, yeah. So computed properties, this is called, right? So it will be 5. We can also create objects with computed keys. To do that, we wrap the key in square brackets, like, okay, so this is not computed. This is computed. So here it says some variable and 1. Okay, how this work? Ah, I see. So this will say just name and Amir. The square brackets can contain any expression, not just simple variables. For example, we can use string concatenation to build a key dynamically. Write a function that takes a user that and returns a login count object for a login count object for them, mapping their name to their login count. Use a computed property to construct the object. Our pre-written code will call our function for multiple users. Okay. So we have a users. We will provide a user. So login count users 1, and we should return that. Okay. So we will return object, and the first will be user dot name, and then is this, or yeah, this, and here will be user login count. No, uh, now it works. And you finish. Oh my God, my friends, we are so great. How great? Greater than America. uh, 4 things to do. So, oh, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Rest parameters. Log thing. JavaScript allows functions to take a variable number of parameters. In recent versions of JavaScript, we can do that adding by adding dot 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 to the parameter list. It's called ellipsis, right? The arguments will show up in a single array regardless of how many arguments there were. So args, yeah, got it. Args, so there will be an and this. In JavaScript, this feature card is called rest parameters because it collects the rest. So in TypeScript, it is called ellipsis, I think. In other languages, you may see it called var args, which stands for variable number of arguments. Okay, go 3 minutes. Can we do it in 3 minutes? Oh, okay, numbers. That is let max number 0. And we will return maximum. So we will return just one number, and that will be 3. Go. Write a function sum that sums numbers. It should take numbers as a rest parameters. If no argument is given, it should return 0. Okay. The args. Args. We will do this. And if uh, arg return arg pseudo length equals 0. Yeah, so we'll return 0. Otherwise, we will do um, so, and now we will have sum. Maybe no, sum is not a function. So we can do reduce. I will do reduce. Reduce. And first we will put in a function, and that will take a value, and then we will return. Okay, so it was accumulator and value, and we will return ACC plus volume. Go. That worked. All right. Function add many to add numbers. Why my music is not playing? Who knows? Add many to add numbers. Result const n of numbers. Result push and to add. Okay, so we will add 2 to all of those gentlemen. So we will return an array, and it will be 3, 9.7, and 1002. However, positional parameters can be used after rest parameters. Trying to do that is an error. You can type error. So no, this is no. So error. We also can't have multiple rest parameters. Trying to do that also produces an error. Error. It's in here. So far, we've seen rest parameters in function definitions. They also work when calling a function. If we call, f ... args, it means pass the elements of the args array as separate parameters. Interesting. So add that. So we will get 3. Here is multiply by result push. So we will get an array and it will be times 2. So 20, 40, 60. And that is our result. And we are done. And we are, well, almost 2 minutes over. That's good. That's good. And we killed so many things. All right. So we are over the time. You know what it means. It means we are done, and done is better than perfect. Please remember that. All right. See you next time. Bye.